Let me tell you a fact. Men are happier than women. Period. Yes, there are plenty of depressed men out there, and there are women who seem to be pleased with everything in their lives. But as a general rule, women are pretty miserable when compared with men. The average man is happier than the average woman. Anyone who doubts this just needs to take a look into the number of females who are taking antidepressants versus males. There are studies that report 1 in 4 women are on antidepressants compared to only 1 in 10 men. Regardless of what study you want to pick, this pattern is pretty visible worldwide. Now the question I know you are going to ask is, why are men so much happier than women? Well, the first reason why men are so much happier than women is that our prime years come in a lot later and stay intact for much longer than women. Women hit their peaks from 18 to 22. They are the most attractive during these ages, and they're basically at the top of the market. During those years, a woman can hook up anyone and get commitment from pretty much any man she wants. During that time, a woman can get attention, money, provisions, and pleasure. She can get any kind of man she wants, and men are going to give her the attention she's looking for. No matter what women tell you, they value attention more than anything else. They won't admit it, but this is something that they biologically need. Their need for attention is an essential part of reproduction. The rush of validation that courses through a woman when a high-value man wants her is something she wants the most. Because of this, the years men-women have the most power over men are simply the best years of her life. It is the perfect time in a woman's life, especially the good-looking ones. Men are the most attractive during the ages of 30 to 55, and sometimes even longer. Our primes can last a decade. But that's just our reproductive prime. We can also get a lot of action in our 20s if we work hard enough. So don't mistake me, guys. I'm not saying that a man's prime is better than a woman's. I'm just saying women's beauty is far more effective. Men will move heaven and earth to secure an exquisite female in terms of youth and beauty. A woman's prime will not last as long as a man, but it will burn a lot brighter and sustain itself at a higher value. The hottest female will attract a lot more men than an attractive woman at the same age. We men are still able to get the same action in our 20s, but if we cannot do that, we still have a decade left to work on ourselves and hit our peaks. We don't start showing signs of loss of attraction until we start hitting our late 40s. If we take good care of ourselves, we can make our peaks last very long. Compare this to the fact that a woman's peak ends very abruptly. One day she is able to hook up with any guy she wants, and everyone around her is paying attention to her. Every man is throwing himself at her, and one day she has lost it all. There's no graceful aging for women. There's no slowly ebbing into the later stages of her life and embracing her age. Women burn bright, and then they go out. When they start hitting their 30s, it's not like they're getting zero attention from men, but the men she is getting are simply not that high quality. They are rejecting her in favor of younger girls. There still might be some outlier women who are attractive at 35, but she will never look as attractive as she looked when she was 25. Men, well, we only get more attractive with age. We age and get experienced and get seasoned, and we have matured. The struggles we have had in our early years manifests itself as vision and intelligence. We start acting like grown, responsible men. Women, on the other hand, stop maturing at 18, right at the start of their peak attractiveness. Then they carry that same teenage mentality with them. They stay like that until they start losing attractiveness and start maturing again. That's why today's women are like overgrown children. It's just too late by then, because deep down they're still thinking like the immature 23-year-old they were. This is why older women who used to be hot are so insufferable. Most older women who used to be attractive are twice as hard to hook up with than the same 22 years old. Men get better with age and women do not. Women know this, so they cope by doing everything in their power and go to the doctor and get pills and fix her blemishes until she decides to look reality in the face and accept it. The second reason men are happier than women today is because the more they accomplish, the less desirable they become. Women today are making more money than ever before and entering careers. Ironically, this is exactly what feminism wanted, but what they didn't take into account, that a man doesn't care about a woman's achievements. I'm also talking about a woman's personality and her desirability as she goes up the corporate ladder and works in an office environment. When a woman gets money and goes up the rank, she shrinks her list of potential suitors. This is the opposite of a man who doesn't care about a woman's status at all when it comes to attraction, only her beauty. They don't want relationships with career women and women with masculine personalities. How do I know these women are masculine? Well, because it takes grit and ruthlessness and masculine ambition to make it to senior partner and vice president. You don't get there by being a nice little feminine woman. You need to be incredibly driven and ultra-competitive. Any woman who accomplishes all these things has to be ultra-masculine, otherwise she will be forgotten or made fun of. But the thing is, these executives are not looking for a woman that acts like a man. They're not looking to get with a woman who wants to compete with them or a woman who's stubborn, because such a woman is going to feel like she has something to prove to him all the time. High-value men do not want women like these. They want women who are feminine and submissive and ladylike. They want women who are much lower on the competitive totem pole. Men want their pick of women from careers lower than them and pick younger women. That's why you have these clichés of the CEO having an affair with the hot 23-year-old secretary. He is higher in value than she is, so he tells her what to do. He has power and he gives her the instructions. She does what she's told. She asks him permission and doesn't go out of pocket. This dynamic is very important for male and female attraction. So yes, there are a lot more high-value men in America than women, but they don't like women. If a male CEO is married to a female CEO like that, there's a high chance he's out there cheating on her. Maybe he married her because it's beneficial for his brand, image, and business. It's not because he was attracted to her so much. He's actually more attracted to the women he's out there hooking up with. That's why women are waking up. They're starting to realize that they're being duped. They were told to get all this money and get into corporate and get careers for themselves. But what they've found is they can't attract any man they want. The more success they get, the harder it is to date someone. The higher they get, the less men they like. That's also in female nature. They find it hard to respect and be attracted to a man they're superior to. Think of it in workplace dynamics. She may be out with a co-worker, but what she's really gunning for is a senior manager. What she's really looking out for is the CEO. She's not going to go out with the clerk, or the assistant, or the new hire, or the forklift driver in the warehouse. She wants to date the guy in charge. She wants to date the guy at the top. That's just how it is. That's how females are, and that's their nature, and they're starting to figure it out. Many career women in the world today are pissed. They've gotten far and regret their decisions. Most of the old women in corporate are not feminist. An overwhelming majority of them wish they didn't get into this and want families. They have realized that their beauty ended, and so did their power, and now no man wants to end up with them. They're all miserable. They're realizing it's not money they really want. It's a man who wants her and chases her because she derives her worth and value from that. Women live for that validation. Now she cries herself to sleep because she's finding out that the more status she gets and the more she rises up the ranks, the more expensive her taste gets. The harder it gets to find men she's attracted to, and if she does find someone worth chasing, he wants nothing to do with her. That means women are finding out they've been duped, and right from their late 20s to mid-40s, they start getting unhappy and unfulfilled. Meanwhile, this is the age when men are making the most gains career-wise, and they're riding on top of the world all the time. Alright, let's hit you guys with the third biggest reason women are so unhappy. It's because we have accepted our reality. Women are not willing to accept it. We accept that we are as much to blame for the state of the world. We accept that the dating market isn't fair. Men accept hard truths like these because no matter how uncomfortable they are, we can't do anything to change them. We have accepted them in order to get what they want. We have to work for it. We know that nothing is going to be handed to us no matter how much we want it. We also accept that attractive women aren't going to be attracted to us if we are out of shape, undisciplined, and awkward. Women don't have the same view. They expect the world to be handed to them on a silver platter, for no other reason except that they exist. Women believe that no matter what they do or what they are, they deserve the absolute best. They want it without having anything to offer of their own. No matter how much the world tells women that they're overweight and not as hot as they think they are, they refuse to accept it. Instead, they prop insults and shame men. Create entire movements to keep up their state of denial. Thankfully, things are changing now because of the internet. The internet has put everything in perspective. They're starting to see that they need to work hard to get what they want. Men are not looking to date them just like that, especially the high-value men she wants. Instead, they're sleeping with fit feminine women who want to start families and don't worry about their careers or sleeping around with men. They want women who don't want to party but can cook and can be good housewives. They're realizing that the normal plan sucks. You know, the usual plan to go to college and have the time of their lives, then waste the next 30 years working in a cubicle. Women start getting the most happy when they end up like this. They derive zero happiness from their work and their wealth. They aren't like men who use wins to keep themselves motivated. They base their worth on sexual value alone, and when they see it fading, they start getting depressed. They start crying about how they hate their jobs and they can't keep a boyfriend. They may start drinking. She'll be like, I don't know why I'm so depressed and unfulfilled. Maybe I should go see a doctor or something, because there has to be something wrong with me. The doctor's just a part of the system. He prescribes her a ton of antidepressants and useless chemicals that shouldn't be in her body at all, instead of fixing the real issue at hand. She goes to sleep taking those chemicals and wonders what went wrong with her life, while the solution was always staring right at her face. That's the end of it, folks. Feminism has come full circle and has only harmed women. They are the unhappiest gender. Now you know why. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Remember to tune in tomorrow to get your daily dose of the red pill.